right, so ladies and gentlemen, brace yourself for an electrifying journey into the lyrical labyrinth of one of the hottest names in the rap game, DadeToad. We talked to Toad a little bit today, and let's see what we're gonna get out of him, man. So Toad, how you doing, man?
What's up, man? I'm good, dog. I'm grateful to be here. Grateful for more life and new beginnings. And the year's almost over, dog. But I'm good, dog. I'm good. Still holding on, still going.
So let everybody know how we could find you on Instagram or Facebook or whatever social media you have.
So I go by DadeToad, man. You can follow me on all social media platforms at DadeToad. Yeah, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, everywhere, man. All platforms.
All right, so moving on to the first question is the one that everybody gets asked is, how did you get started in this industry?
So I actually got started doing music by my closest friend. We like family, man. He actually dragged me into the booth one night, or we always used to just make music in the car or something like that, but I never really took it serious or anything like that. But one night we had a little bit of funds or whatever. I think it was like a payday Friday or something. We had some money to go to the studio, and it was really for him, but he was like insisting on I get in there too. So he kept pushing and pushing and pushing. He finally got me in there, and that's how I started, man. It's been up since then.
How did it feel when you got in the studio for the first time, started playing around with the beats? I feel like that's first time you do it as an artist, probably feels awesome.
Man, that feel like, I don't know how I feel to be born, but I do know how to feel to have some adrenaline going, and it felt good. I ride bikes, and I actually haven't rode in a long time because of music. It's just something about music, man, that keeps me happy or whatever it is. Music is like like therapy.
Right, it gives you motivation.
So, yeah, motivation. So it definitely felt good, man, getting in the booth for that first time.
And since you started, we've seen a lot of pictures, really well done, actually, professionally in your Instagram.
Shout out, Will.
And how did you become more active in your Instagram, social media?
Well, I still do feel like I could be more active. There's always room for more work to be done. I got a couple good guys around me, surrounded by me, creating a team. Coming into this music industry, you want to surround yourself around positive people and people who got that drive. Sometimes I don't have that drive, but when you surround yourself around people who always got that drive, man, they'll keep you consistent, man. Believe in, whether it's a simple text message like, yo, what's up? It's that just gets me going too. Like, let me do something, whether it's post a video or snippet, a picture, whatever it is, just to stay consistent. So that's pretty much how I do. I find little motivation in anything in life to keep it going and keep it going.
And again, you've been posting a lot of music I've seen on your Instagram about you've been uploaded to Spotify.
Yeah.
What other streaming platforms could people listen to your music?
So I know you got Spotify, Apple Music, of course, YouTube Music, Amazon Music, Tidal, that's what it's called.
And obviously YouTube, right?
Yeah, YouTube.
That's DadeToad in YouTube, right?
Yeah.
All right, so again, a lot of people growing up listen to music. I feel like music is what really influences us when we're growing up, what we're listening to. And when you were growing up, what did you take inspiration from?
Who I took it from?
Yeah.
So growing up, I really listened to everybody, to be honest with you. It's not one set genre that I ever listened to. Literally, I'm like completely honest. So it's kind of hard. I grew up listening to everybody. Down South kind of got his own type of music too. So I listened to Down South artists as well, and some pop artists that's in the industry. So I think I soaked up a little bit of everybody and used that.
And how, in other social media platforms, how did you promote yourself as an artist? How do you say, hey, I'm here, I want to show what I got?
In other platforms, I think just posting on there too, which I might could kind of do more better at too. Really, I try focusing on Instagram at first. Now I'm really trying to do YouTube as well, as far as promoting myself. It gets a little hard, it gets a little tricky when it comes to that time.
Right.
Because YouTube and Instagram kind of needs at the same time, but then you also have TikTok and Twitter too. I'm realizing too, Twitter is a good streaming platform. So I created Twitter, and I haven't been on it, but eventually I get to it. But I think it's just having or a good plan layout and and having time to really sit down and put that content out and work on that content, because it do take a lot of time to get that content out and work on it.
Right, and having a team that helps you manages those accounts. That's, hey, we need to shoot this, we need to shoot that.
Yeah.
Probably helps a lot. And
Yeah.
again, congratulations to your team, because I've been seeing that they've been doing a great job.
Yeah.
So moving on to the next question, we see that every hip hop artist, or any artist really, has a stage name and alias. But the real question is, how did you come up choosing your stage name?
So DadeToad came from me simply saying, I'm just another Dade pretty much. I grew up in Miami, and one thing we have in Miami is a lot of toads and frogs. It's like you just can't get rid of them. So I kind of use that as I'm just like everybody else. My story is no different from everybody else. We all got a hard story. This is just my story, and it might be a little different.
Right.
Not saying that it was the worst, but I get told from in Dade County 305. That's just what that is. So I just put those two together, man. DadeToad. That's simply just what it says, man, or means.
And moving on, could you recall maybe a memorable fan interaction that you've had?
I don't really have those interactions, but it has been some cases, man, where I'm in a studio and people realize that it was me that made the song, or when I met people and they say,
right.
oh, that was you that made the song. It can be a bit exciting. One time in the studio, some guy literally, I don't want to say fanned out, but it got a little bit weird.
Right,
I thought he was playing a joke though. That's how it was. I was like, dude, I'm not even popping, dog. Like, I know you're joking right now. You can just calm down. But he kept going. So I was like, all right, it's either you're for real or.
Right, and not necessarily a fan interaction, but just some sort of interaction that you've had with somebody who didn't really know you or knew you, that was like, hey, you're making legit content and making legit music.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a couple of those too, man. But social media, man, it's hard, man, because sometimes you got a lot of bots in your DMs saying the same thing. So it's hard to kind of tell who's for real and who's not for real. Certain people you can tell, but of course you can definitely tell who's for real and who's not for real.
And moving on, what advice do you have for other people who are just starting?
I would say, man, just keep going. This music can get very, very scary and dark, and it can be long and lonely. But if you just keep going, there will be some light. Hopefully. I'm still in the beginning, so I'm still kind of in that beginning path too. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just working without looking back.
Which was, we've gotten a lot of advice from other hip-hop artists that have been here. Mm-hmm. And they keep on saying the same thing. Keep on posting, keep on making, keep on getting that content out there.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like you said, it's a long road, and it takes time for people to notice you. But when people notice you, you got to have that door open. Keep on going.
Yeah, and don't change, man. Stay you.
Exactly.
Because I've had some interactions, too, with people, and they tell me, oh, you should make some of this music. And sometimes, because I like to listen to everybody, especially if it's a idea or something, I like to listen to everybody. And my head was hurting for a while over that until I realized, man, I can't make that music. This is a music that I have to make, which is my music, whether it's sad, happy, or Latino, because I try to do everything. I got a Hispanic vibe out there, too. The guy going Spanish, and I'm going in English on one song. You know, you just gotta put everything out, man. Stay true to you, and just keep working and keep working. That's the only way.
And back to the Latino side, we see that genre right now really popping off, where you have somebody maybe singing or rapping in Spanish, and then another person who does it in English.
Straight English. I
mean, you got people like Bad Bunny collaborating with Drake, and then you have many other artists that I've heard. So, moving on is, you're starting right now, but if you were getting sent back to time, right? Mm-hmm. And they told you, oh, you get to start all over again, what would you have done differently?
To be honest, I probably would have started building a team first without putting out music and try to go about it that way, because the easiest thing about the music industry is going into the studio and creating that song. To me, it's easy to go in there and create a song, but the music videos and having a a good team. I'm talking about not just somebody who you call your manager or somebody who you call photographer. I'm talking about a good team who's always going to be there and somebody who's going to work with you. I think that's most important. So I will lay that foundation out, start that, get the work in. Of course, I would be making music still, but I will hold off and probably drop like, let's say I never put out music, and I would drop maybe 2025. So I would spend a whole 2024 year just trying to get a good stream, a team, create videos, get that going. 2025 hit, I'm just letting everything out back to back because I got built up content for a year. I got a good team that I worked on for a year. Everything is like solid. 2025 come, drop everything. I'm like one by one, month after month, or every 2 weeks. Just having that content out. I think that will be what I would do to change because, man, that's what I have the hardest with finding is a good team. I got a producer guy and a film guy, but and a photographer too. But having people behind that, as far as like social media, running pages like that's different, and that's what I feel like artists need, bro. That and money too, though. Money.
Right.
Money.
We know that studio sessions and photograph bookings, all that stuff, it really does get really expensive, especially when we're starting out. But moving on the studio part, other than making music, right? Mm-hmm. What other thing would you think is, hey, I need to focus on this to make yourself out there? Because we know that a lot of these artists, brand new, are starting in social media first, mm-hmm. right? And then moving on to putting songs in Spotify. But other than that, like, what do you think a newcomer artist should concentrate on before dropping that song?
I think you should really focus on having the funds to do all the background work of that song or that project. A song is just not a song, man. That's like your baby. A newborn baby come out the hospital, they got hats on, gloves, shoes, socks, blankets, 100 blankets. That's like a song with ads, getting all that lined up, promotions, getting all that lined up. Because, dude, you can make a book a studio session, make a song, be out there with the song, and then you have to create the video. Once the video's over, you might get however many views of people who you tell to go watch it. But what about somebody in Kansas, or Texas that never heard about you? How can you get your music in front of them? Promotions. You go to them, they're going to ask for X amount of money. That money that you just spent on a studio session or whatever could have probably saved up to little by little, put that aside, and then you create the song. So I would say just it probably might not make sense, but think backwards, man. Think backwards. Think about promos and all that stuff. Unless you already got a fan base and you're literally popping with tens of thousands of people already listening to you, bro. If you have to build yourself, man, think backwards, dude. Think about promotions and getting yourself out there, networking. That's 100%. Everything, networking is everything. Just like how I'm coming in with you guys,
right?
Dude, people have to get off the couch, bro, and go talk to people, bro. Like,
right. I mean, going to events, going to venues, you have to get out there really to not only meet producers, meet other artists that could help you out.
Right.
Right,
because that's what's going on today too. You look at big artists now, like DaBaby. Right. DaBaby was popping, but look who was to the left or to the right of DaBaby. You had Stardom for Vegas, or if that's how you say his name, and then he came out. So it's like you take your time, man. You take your time with this music. This is not no rushing game.
I mean, I think the best way to see it for me is you have to have your content ready.
Yeah.
So that when that door does open, when you meet this guy that can boost you, you have it there ready to go. Because, I mean, you could say, hey, I could post this in YouTube, get maybe, 30 views?
Right.
But then that's it.
That's it.
It's been out there.
It's out. It's out. And then a lot of guys won't go double back and promote those songs. I still try to promote songs that I first came out with when I first made, like a year or two ago. Promote it like it's new.
Right.
Because you might not have heard who just met me. You might not have heard of those songs. So every single day I try to post and get that out.
And I mean, we interviewed with White Dude. He actually had a song. So basically he went to Europe on a trip, but he had a song that was out for like 17 years. And People in Europe are in a whole different world and they don't really know. So,
Mhm.
I mean, if you create that content, it has to be good.
Yeah.
So that when those people that are brand new to your content see it and they're like, oh, wow, it's actually
Right.
content, is good, legit content.
Yeah.
So I think having quality stuff out there really probably will boost you the
Right.
best way.
Right.
But moving on, hip-hop is known for its storytelling aspect. A lot of songs are based on experiences that artists have had. But can you share a personal story or experience that had a significant impact on your music or lyrics?
Just life, period, man. Life. I haven't had the worst life, and I haven't had the best life, but it was my life. But just my life impacted me, and it's literally in my music. Everything, whether it's whether I see a dog walking on the street or whether so whatever I get motivated with or whatever I see, I kind of go about it like that, and that's where I kind of get my songs from.
Hip-hop has a rich history of collaborating with others, but is there any non-hip-hop artists or genres that you would like to explore and collaborate in the future?
Definitely, this just like childhood dream talk. Wiz Khalifa definitely would be on my list. I gotta collab with Wiz, dude. Like,
Right.
he's that guy, and whoever's after that, but it definitely gotta be Wiz Khalifa, and maybe Raw Wave if he banging my music or something. But Wiz for sure, because Wiz got a different vibe. He's always on his own, in his own little world.
Yeah.
And his own. He's not like popping like. I mean, he's popping, but he's not like, you don't see him on Vogue doing dumb
Right.
shit every day. It's just he's living. You know,
His
that's
life.
kind of like how I want to be. DadeToad blow up right now. I might come and do these interviews again, but really, bro, I'm not gonna be like doing dumb shit you see on the net, bro. Like,
Right.
that's not gonna be it.
You're gonna always want to do your thing. You want to kind of live your life.
And stay low, man. Low, not causing too much attention. Knowing that just gonna be my time, I have my time, and then I'm gonna move on. I might be a Vanilla Ice, blow off one song and start a lawn service business or something. Who knows? But
I mean, that
you
sounds
know,
like a plan.
Anything's better than right now. Hey,
I mean, if you got a couple million to kickstart your business.
that's all you need, bro. That's all you need. That's the type of person I am. Like I know and I accept whatever comes my way. So I can literally blow up, or say I be the biggest, and just get so much hate from the world. That's just how it is. That's just how it's gonna be.
I mean, haters love watching other people win. So
That's true. That's true.
that's okay. So moving on, kind of getting to the end of the questions. Let's see one more time. Where can people find you?
So you can find me on all social media platforms at DadeToad, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere.
Cool. And do you have any upcoming events that you're gonna appear at?
We just had a show. In October 14th. So it's gonna be probably another maybe 4 or 6 months before the next one. But I definitely let you.
And of course, people could see that in your Instagram, right?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So wrapping it up, we want to say thank you for joining us in this insightful Q&A with DadeToad. We hope you
for
have.
having me, man.
You're welcome, man. It's a pleasure. But we hope you have had a valuable insights into this young hip hop artist that is just coming up into the industry. And follow DadeToad on his musical journey, and don't miss upcoming releases by him.